You're scared, right? Good. That means you're alive and you've got something real to lose. But let me ask you something. What has fear ever given you? Has it brought you success? Has it brought you success? Has it brought you strength? Or has it left you in the same place day after day, stuck in a cycle of comfort, playing small? Here's the truth. Fear is the only thing standing between you and the life you want. But the good news? You can beat it. Fear of failure, fear of looking stupid, fear of the unknown. But here's the problem. Most people let fear control them. They run away from it. But avoiding fear only makes it stronger. It becomes the invisible cage that keeps you from pushing boundaries, from chasing greatness. But guess what? That cage is an illusion. Fear is just a thought. It's not real until you give it power. To conquer fear, you need to step into discomfort. You need to face it head on. Every time you push yourself into a space where you feel uneasy, where you feel vulnerable, that's where the real growth happens. That's where you break free.
What do you think most people get wrong about motivation?
They think it's a permanent fix. They think it's something that is a constant. They think that maybe once I get it, I'm going to hold on to it. And that's the thing about that I was telling you, that I always talk about. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. And a lot of times you have to learn to perform without motivation. You have to learn to perform without purpose. You have to learn to perform a lot of different things. And that's what people think. They think I need to have this motivation to work out, to study, to be better. So if they don't have it, they just don't fucking do it. And that's where you fail. You have to learn to train your mind well beyond motivation. If you have motivation, that's great. That's some kindling to the fire. Motivation, you have to learn to exist without it. You have to learn to be, you have to be your best self when you're least motivated. And that's the tricky part about all that shit. Motivation is just a word. You have to have these different things in your mind on where you want to go and know that motivation is not going to get me there, because I'm not going to always be motivated.
You said that discipline eats motivation for breakfast.
And discipline is good too, but without a clear headspace, there's no discipline.
What do you mean?
Let's say we have a circuit breaker, okay? And I'm loading everything up to one fucking circuit. Just load it up. It's gonna fucking blow. And once that thing blows, man, the circuit's all fucked up. You gotta have each thing plugged into the right spot, like a fucking crowded garage. You can't put anything in it. Once your brain is crowded, discipline is great. Motivation is great. But if you can't fit shit in your brain because it's all fucking cluttered with shit, there's no discipline. You may have it sometimes when it fits in that crowded garage of your mind, but you don't have the consistency that you need to have with that discipline. But basically, is you're organizing your mind so you can put that discipline. So a lot of people talk about discipline. Okay, great. Why do you fall off the fucking wagon? Why can't I continue with this routine? Going to the gym, being better, waking up early, eating the right foods. It's because maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your wife, maybe it's your job, and it's all just stuffed in your fucking brain. You don't have it compartmentalized and organized in these nice shelves. Like you look in the garage, it's all fucking a nice organized militant garage. Hey, where are my dumbbells? Right there. So where am I gonna put discipline in that mind if I can't find other shit? You gotta be able to find all these different things in your mind. Oh, I can put discipline right there. I can put consistency right there. I can put all these things right there in that spot. If your life is not organized, and your life being everything around you, because it takes one little fucked up piece of an outside interference to clutter your whole mind. Your mind has to always be clear. That's why I meditate 2 hours every single night, because I refresh, I reorganize the garage, which is my mind, every night. So then discipline's in there, organization, everything is in its right spot. So when I wake up, I'm ready to go. I'm up about 5:30. So every morning it starts with a run. The second you leave your house, and the second you open your phone, the second you do any of that shit, you are now letting in poison and cancer. So I make sure a lot of things you can't avoid. So as I get up, I start to armor plate my mind and body. Like a person's going to war, you put your body armor on. That's what I'm doing on that run. I'm waking up and I'm giving myself all this armor. So when I come out in the world, now look at that phone, I'm ready. I'm not waking up late. I'm not rushing around. I'm not disorganized because I know I'm gonna get hit in the fucking mouth. There's an art to getting hit in the fucking mouth. And that is why these things are important. You have to wake up and you have to give yourself belief. You have to give yourself confidence. So it starts with that run.
How do you pick your friends, and who do you know who's real? Because with some friends you don't need enemies.
Friend shows you they're your friend by their actions. And even by their actions, sometimes friend times have a duration. And sometimes your best friend, he doesn't become your enemy, but we don't associate like we used to. He doesn't come over my house with his family like we used to. We just probably grew apart, but there's no animosity. This is the whole thing. You have to disconnect your friendship without being angry. Prophet Muhammad, Jesus, Buddha, it's just a concept of belief. And why do we have that belief, and why are we willing to sacrifice everything for a belief system that we never actually been involved in? And that's what I believe in. It's all about our belief system.
As the most experienced fighter I have ever encountered, how do you deal with your enemies? How did you or do you manage to leave all emotion aside and crush them because it's not only okay, but it's also necessary?
Well, I persuade them to be my friend. All the people who they believe are my enemies. Enemy is just an illusion. It comes down with our feeling towards that person. Does that person have something I want and I'm unable to get it at this particular moment? It's just, listen, this is what I'm gonna say. Jealousy and enviness is different than other part of the world. That's inspiration for certain people, but here is bad.
Can you share a time that you had to reinvent yourself or your brand, and what did you learn from that experience?
I don't understand reinvent myself. I don't understand that word. Somebody explain it to me. Listen, the ups and downs are not over, believe it or not, in life. And only thing we could do is just have that focus and belief in ourselves, and believe that I want to be up, then anybody in the world wants me to be down. And it's all about, well, like I said before, self-belief. My whole success is from belief. Check it out, something I can feel but not actually see.
My brain cannot retain information. I'm not some genetic freak when it comes to running, when it comes to lifting weights. I am absolutely the bottom of the barrel. And people will never believe me. And they can just, whatever, believe what you want to believe. So when you ask me this question about what does studying look like for me, I have to go over the same page over and over and over and over again. While Jennifer can look at that page, while she's, quizzing me, she'll learn it right then as she doesn't know anything about it. She will quiz herself or quiz me and learn it as she's quizzing me. It's the most frustrating thing in the world how my brain works. So what I do is I literally sit there with a pen and paper, and I have my books, and I go through and have to write everything down every single day. I will study the same page until it's photographic memory from writing the same thing down. And then from there, I'll go back through and relearn it again. So if it's a medication, I'll learn what the medication does. I'll learn how to even say the medication. Because these medications aren't like albuterol. No, it's very big words. So I'll go through, learn how to say the name. Then I'll go through, learn what the dose is. Then I'll go through, and this is like every single day. So not like, oh, I got it. Let's just go through. No, nothing is I got it. Every single thing. So I can't wait to get in this conversation, because everything I do in life, it sucks. I knew my entire life was going to be a struggle, which is why I just ignored it. And I said, I'm not even trying to jump off how to read, how to write, how to memorize, how to become something I am not. But through that process, something happened to me. And I realized this is why I feel sorry for no one. In this podcast, they're going to really not like me. People are going to think that I am maybe lying or maybe fibbing or exaggerating. No, I was the lowest form on earth, no talent, no ability to learn, and I literally know what it is to be rock bottom and to build that up. So that question about learning, it's a pain in my ass, and I don't have to do it. So think about it, I'm 49 years old and I'm a multi-millionaire. I don't have to do anything.